Welcome to Sam's Russian Adventures. Now I'm back in the services again because my suspension has broken again on my car. Oh man, never own a car with air suspension because in Russia it's gonna break, and it breaks all the time. And so the reason that I'm making this video isn't about the car. The anger that I've got from the car has given me the power to make today's video because there's something I want to get off my chest and it's important for me to talk about it. In Russia, when you come to the services, the first thing you need to do is wash your car because the road is so dirty, obviously because of the weather, that you need to wash your car first before it can go to the services to be worked on. I don't know if that's a thing in your country, let me know. It's a very gloomy day and I would make a video on my walk home, but the road, the dual carriageway over there, is going to make it very loud. So what I want to talk about today is people that are taking advantage of others who want to move to Russia. Now, I take free phone calls. Every Monday I take free phone calls from people that are interested in moving to Russia, and I give them the best advice that I can based on my knowledge of living in Russia. Now, I'm not a lawyer, but I know a lot of the laws, I know a lot of the rules, and I give the best advice that I can, and I point people in the direction to get the best information they can get. And the main concern that I have of the people that call me, they say, I want to move to Russia, but I cannot afford to pay the lawyer's fees. And this kind of annoys me because, in essence, to move to Russia under the new shared values visa, well, it's free. You shouldn't have to pay a lawyer. So why are people being told they've got to pay for lawyers? Well, I want to tell you about this Bible verse that I read, and I'm not going to quote it word for word, but I read this Bible verse because I read the Bible most days, and this Bible verse just jumped out at me, and it said that Jesus, when he went to Jerusalem, just before he was killed, right, he went to Jerusalem and he went to the temple, and in the temple he saw people selling things, people were exchanging money there, and people were selling doves, and he turned over the tables. He told everyone to leave. He said, look, the house of my father should not be used as a den for robbers. And what he meant by that is, these people shouldn't be, using this place as a place to take advantage of others, right? To get gain, to make money for themselves. Now, a lot of people talk about Russia as being this kind of holy place to come to for family values, for Christian values, right? And these same people that come to Russia for the family values, for the Christian values, right? They come to Russia and they're selling services to other foreigners to come to Russia, saying, look, if you want to come to Russia and you want, to become a resident under this shared values visa, then here's the lawyer. Go to this lawyer, pay them X amount of money, and you can become a resident too. And this really, really annoys me because I think, well, people don't have to pay a lawyer. So why are these people pointing them in the direction of lawyers? Russia looks pretty gloomy in the seasons in between. Well, the in-between seasons, so winter hasn't properly started, we've got no snow, and so the leaves have gone from the trees and it just looks pretty gloomy. Now, I'm not telling you not to use a lawyer. I know a lot of Americans and Canadians, they do everything through a lawyer. But what you should be told is you don't have to use a lawyer. You don't have to pay, whatever it is, 150,000 rubles per person to come to Russia. You can do it for free. You can do exactly the same things for free. And you see, the thing is, whether you have a lawyer or not, you're still going to have to go and do a lot of the things yourself. So do you know that you can do it without a lawyer? Do you know that you don't have to pay 150,000 rubles per person to come to Russia through a lawyer? You can just do the steps yourself, and a lot of the steps you're going to do anyway. yourself. The town looks like Silent Hill right now. Probably worse than Silent Hill. You see, I don't get why Christian family values people aren't saying to other people that want to come to Russia, hey, these are the steps that you need to take to come to Russia, and you can do it yourself for free. Instead of saying, if you want to come to Russia, you can contact these lawyers, it'll cost you X amount per person, and they'll help you to do it. Why are they not giving the option? It would appear that the reason they're not giving the option either is because they don't know themselves and they're advising people what to do without actually knowing how to do it themselves, or there's some sort of incentive for them to do it. Why would people that family value, Christian value people, not say to people, hey, if you want to come to Russia and you want to live the same life that I have, I can help you to do it, and it's completely free. Why wouldn't they be doing that? I don't get it. Now again, the choice ultimately should be up to the person to decide if they want to pay a lawyer to do it for them or they want to do it themselves. But they should have a choice. And at the moment, it doesn't look like there's a choice. People don't really know. They watch these channels and they say, yeah, I watched this channel and this guy said to me, if I want to come to Russia, then I should contact the lawyer. I contacted him and he said, it's X amount of money to come to Russia. And the thing is, if I just run through the things you need to do right now, and I can make another video going into more details about it. But when you come to Russia, the first thing you need to do is get a copy, basically a photocopy of your documents. You're going to need to get a copy of your visa, a copy of your immigration card, a copy of all the pages of your passport, and a copy of what? Your registration. You'll take that to be translated all into English, or into Russian, sorry, from your language of the passport, which is an easy process. You'll then take it to a notary, they'll stamp it, and that's 1/3 of the job done. This is the old part of the settlement that I live on now. So this road was the original road. You can see it's still got all the old dacha style houses. I won't call them dachas because people live in them permanently. So there's one document that you're going to need to have made before you come to Russia, which is your criminal record check, your police record check, to show that you don't have a criminal history. And you're going to also need to get that translated and notarized, and you can do that at the same time that you're getting your passport notarized. Or if you want to, you can do all that at the Russian embassy before you even come to Russia. See, this house here has got a couple of children's tricycles just kind of placed on it. I don't know if that's the theme rather than there's going to be kids using them. Initially, what you'll do is you'll go to the immigration department. You'll say to the immigration department that I would like to apply for the temporary residency permit under the new shared values rules, right? And they'll say, okay, they'll go through it with you, you'll book an appointment when you can give your documents in. So then the next thing you need to do is go and get 3 medical certificates. Now these medical certificates, whether you have a lawyer or not, you still have to go get them. So it doesn't matter if you have a lawyer and you've paid a lawyer, or you're just doing it yourself. You're still going to have to go yourself to the medical center, to the hospital, and get the medical certificates. So these 3 medical certificates are one to say that you don't have AIDS, another one to say you don't have any viruses, and the third one, I can't even remember what it is off by hand. Now I remember. The next certificate is just to show that you don't have any kind of, I don't know, you're not a narcotics user, basically, to show that you're not using needles or anything. They'll check your arms to make sure you're not a drug addict, and then that's it. And this is Russia for you in all its contrasts. The house here is looking pretty miserable, and we've got like a massive mansion behind it. Finally, you'll need to get some photos done, just passport size photos. Really easy, like 5-minute job. And then you'll need to fill in the form, collect all the documents together, pay a small fee. It's like about, you know, $20–30 in Russian rubles, obviously, inside the immigration center, and submit your documents. That's it. Once your documents are submitted, after that, at that point, they'll let you know when you can come and collect it. And that's it. That's the whole thing. Now, maybe I've made it sound a lot more simple than it is, but there's got to be other ways to do it. Maybe you get a translator to help you for a couple of days to walk around and do this stuff, but it's not going to cost you the amount of money that these lawyers are charging. Now again, I'm not saying don't go with a lawyer. If you think it's going to be better for you and it's going to be easier for you to go through the lawyer and the lawyer control all the process, then that's fine if you're happy to pay that amount of money. But at the same time, you should know and you should be told by these people that there is an alternative. Now at the moment, I'm trying to work out some sort of way to do it. I'm creating an ebook to explain all of these processes, all of these steps that you have to go through. I'm also trying to think of a way where perhaps I can create some sort of pamphlet that we can put at immigration. Perhaps that's the way forward, that all the immigration centres will have this pamphlet. They'll kind of explain the process, and there'll be someone there that can help you to tell you like where to go to get the medical certificate, stuff like that, because the goal should be to help you to come to Russia, not to say, well, just call the lawyers and pay X amount of money and they're going to do it all for you. Because the thing is, they're not going to do everything for you anyway. As I said, a lot of these steps you need to take yourself anyway. They're not going to get the medical documents for you. You need to go and pass those tests, right? So the difficulties are going to be things like filling in the form. But there are people next to immigration centres who have offices that are local lawyers that won't charge you an arm and a leg to do that for you. Now again, I'm not trying to say don't go through the lawyers that these people are advertising. If you want peace of mind, you're happy to just part with X amount of money, you know, but at the end of the day, if you've got a family with 5 or 6 people and you're paying what, up to 150,000 rubles per person to go through this process, then it's going to be quite a lot of money to fork out. I think as a Christian who tries to do well and try to do good for other people, we as YouTubers should be looking for alternative ways to help people who want to come and live in Russia, and not simply thinking, oh, let's pass them to the lawyer and they can get charged X amount of money. I don't know if these people have incentives to pass all of these people through to lawyers. Perhaps they do. Perhaps they have a reason to say, you know, just go to the lawyer and pay them X amount of money and they'll do it for you. But I think we have a moral responsibility to help other people. If we're constantly preaching Christian values and family values, at the same time we shouldn't be saying, okay, go and pay X amount of money. We should be saying, let us help you to make your dream become a reality, instead of let us show you how you can pay to make your dream become a reality. And so here we've got all the families that died fighting fascism, and you're going to see that a lot of them are the same. We've got one family with 5 names. One whole family died, look. So what is the answer? What do we do? Well, I don't know yet. That's the answer. The answer is I do not know yet. But the answer is that I'm going to try and find a solution. Because that's what creating content to help you people is about. If we're trying to help people, then we should be trying to help them, instead of thinking how it can benefit ourselves. If we as YouTubers are taking on the responsibility to say to people, call the lawyer to come to Russia, and we're happy to say to people, contact the lawyer, pay X amount of money to come to Russia, if we're happy to take on that responsibility, then we should also take on the responsibility of trying to find an alternative solution for people to come to Russia and not pay the fortune. That's what I'm getting at. And I think that these people that are prepared to promote the lawyers, well, if they're prepared to do that, we should also be thinking of solutions, finding solutions for people to come to Russia. Now, I take the free phone calls, and I do it for free just to help other people. Now, there might be times when it's best to go to a lawyer for a consultation. You might want to work with a lawyer, but you should also be aware that there are alternatives, and that's what this video is about. Because I don't like injustice. I like, you know, people who practice what they preach. If you're this Christian family values guy, then help people. That's what the world's about, right? We need to be helping people and not just thinking, how can we make money? Now, I am not saying that I am the answer. I'm not saying that other people are wrong and I'm right. What I'm saying is that coming to Russia is not a one-size-fits-all scenario. There are families that are going to come here that have got loads of money and they can build a farm or whatever it is straight away. There's going to be other families that come here that don't have the amazing amount of money that they're going to need, and it's going to be a big step for them. They want to come to Russia and make their life here. They have decided that Russia's the place for them and they want to take advantage of the new family values visa to come here. But that initial step is going to cost them a fortune already. And so we as YouTubers need to help to find the solution. We have the experience and therefore we need to help to find a solution. And that's the goal of this video, really, is just trying to get the message out there that there are people out there that cannot afford to pay for these lawyers and they need another solution. And we as representatives of Russia need to help to find that too.